Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So thank you for joining us today at this webinar sharing. Today we are having the alumni sharing from the MBA Corporate Management, and today we are proudly invited Miss Chan Pui, our alumni, and now she's the Utah lecturer to have the sharing with us. So before we actually proceed to the sharing, just allow me to introduce you about the Utah in case for those who are joining us today that are not so familiar with Utah. So this is the Utah campus, the locations. And we do have two different campuses, the one at Kampar and the other one at Sungai Long. So for the MBA Corporate Management is actually provided at the Utah Kampar campus. In fact, this is the coursework mode, and the students are actually start taking a physical class at the Kampar campus. And because due to the pandemic of the COVID-19, right? So the classes are now by online learning until the further notice. Okay, so let me have a short video presents to you so that to know more about the Utah. So allow me to play the video.
They call me crazy cause I'm facing all my giants. They try to scare me into thinking I can fight it. They tell me I should never even think of trying. But that's just me, I'm gonna live out in defiance.
Okay, so thank you for joining us today, and just allow me to continue for today's webinar. Okay, just now what showing in the video is the campus view, the facility, the equipment of the Utah. So in future, after the government is allowed, the campus is reopened, then we are welcome you to visit us to our campus, the Kampai and the Sungai Long. So no longer ado, let us proceed to today's webinar. So before we start, allow me to introduce you today's VIP, the Miss Chan Hui. So Miss Chan is the alumni of Utah. She was taking for the Bachelor of Commerce Accounting at Utah. After complete the bachelor, and she's continued the MBA Corporate Management in Utah as well. And currently, she is also the lecturer of Utah under the Faculty of Business and Finance, the FBF. And for your as for your information, Ms. Chan also is the first of the MBA corporate management, first one to join the MBA corporate management, and first one to graduate. No longer due, let us invite Ms. Chan. Hi, Ms. Chan.
Yeah, hi everyone.
Hi. So, Ms. Chan, thank you for joining us today and have the precious sharing with us. Since you are from the graduate from the MBA Corporate Management, right? Is it? I believe that they have plenty of sharing you can sharing with us today, right? And let us go through the first questions. And do you mind to share with us the reason why you proceed to the MBA?
All right. Okay. Before on answering your question, first of all, I would like to thank your division of program and promotion for giving me this platform to do the sharing on my postgrad experience in Utah. So back to your question, the main reason for me to pursue MBA, all right, as I hope to become a lifelong learner. That's my main reason, as I'm currently pursuing my doctorate degree at Utah as well. All right, choosing to further my education and pursue a master degree allows me to make more valuable connection, pursue necessary professional skill, and foster personal development. All right, as a quote from Peter Drucker, knowledge has to be improved, challenged, and increased constantly, or else it will be vanished. All right, so that's the main reason. Secondly, master degree earned me a more in-depth understanding of my specialty as well as career focus. This specific knowledge helped me to increase my proficiency in particular discipline, all right, which will give me an advantage at a time when many employers are raising their educational requirement for the emerging position. So receiving my master will not only give me a greater sense of confidence in my academic expertise, but it also helped in my ability to complete what I have started, all right, and to move into position of management. So it gives me a great pleasure to say that choosing Utah to pursue my study in my Master of Business Administration Corporate Management was a right decision, which earned me a lifetime and invaluable experience that definitely I won't forget the moment I go through with my classmate, my bumpy humpy presentation, pressed by the lecturer, and the endless debate with my teammate as well as the lecturer during the discussion.
Okay, thank you for the sharing. And since we are talking about the MBA, right? There are plenty of MBA in Malaysia. And what is the reason that you're choosing for the Utah MBA?
Why I choose Utah? All right. At first place, before on this webinar, I did refresh and think back why I choose Utah, as there are so many university offer MBA. So, who would like to proceed to this small town of Kampa? Is it near to my hometown? All right, perhaps I am originally from Ipoh, as it only takes me 30 to 35 minutes drive to the campus. But that's not the main reason I'm choosing Utah. All right. As Utah is one of the top universities in the world. So I choose to pursue my postgrad study in Utah because it offers quality program with affordable tuition fees. That's the main reason. Secondly, it offers low living expenses within Kampar area. The scenery in Kampar campus provided me an enriching and conducive learning environment, as well as a relaxed atmosphere for postgrad study. All right, so let's have a look, all right, on some of the scenery, all right, in Kampar campus. So this is the Lakeview site, all right, at Kampar. This is the view of Utah. Night view of Grand Hall in Kampar campus. This is a reform recreation park. This is a park in Westlake that a lot of children or old folks jogging at evening time. All right. This is most of the youngsters love to go to take picture. All right, we know as Disney Avenue. Same goes to the following this park. All right, Disney Avenue as well. Okay, so all that is the scenery in Kampar campus. All right, so for those who never been in Utah Kampar, put into your list as a place need to be visited because Utah Kampar filled with many remarkable, beautiful places that will take your breath away. So just some sharing on my MBA in Utah after I took this program. It provides me with the advanced management training specific skill set needed in order to become more effective and successful in any of the business area, such as logistics, supply chain management, human resource management, finance, as well as marketing. All right. Besides, this program offers me rigorous, interactive, as well as practical learning opportunity for discussion, and sometimes we make sound decision to resolve the real business issue. Yeah, during the discussion or during the lecture class, we did discuss on some real business issue that recently happened, all right, or recently incurred in the newspaper. For example, I still remember during my time, all right, our lecturer did discuss on the takeover of Carrefour Malaysia by Aeon. I'm not sure whether you heard or you know about Carrefour Malaysia before, but what I would like to say here, the sharing experience by the lecturer widened my knowledge. All right, so the lecturer will discuss what has happened, how to resolve the issue, all right, after Carrefour take over by Aeon. So what I would like to quote is, money can buy book, but it can't buy knowledge, wisdom, as well as experience. All right, experience you need to earn or get from someone. All right, nevertheless, Utah MBA Corporate Management Program develop a holistic view of business and deepen the understanding of social, cultural, and ethical issues. Furthermore, the inclusion of relevant topic and varied coursework assessment ensure me to learn the key skill in leadership, all right, effective communication, and the change in management. the course structure, method of assessment, and the experienced lecturer made the learning process more exciting. I was extremely grateful, all right, towards my lecturer where they were well equipped with the specialized knowledge and experience with the industrial background. That's why throughout the classes or throughout the discussion, we always will have a time on sharing from our lecturer. This course emphasized on the real case problem solving, team building with lecturer, and most importantly, many of my hidden qualities, which I believe were brought out during the courses, especially my presentation skill, my problem solving skill, and etc. Most importantly, the lecturer here were ready to offer and attend to the idea and the feedback from the student during the class discussion.
Okay, thank you for the sharing. And since just now you are talking about the sharing from the lecturers and also the class, right? Is it? And are there any great experiences that you can share with us during the studies in the MBA corporate management?
Great experience. All right. Yeah, it came across my mind. One of the most memorable experience throughout my course I encountered is to accomplish a 30,000 words of research project, which was extremely excruciating to overcome in writing the research project. And at the same semester, all right, I did underwent 3 coursework. So you did imagine, concurrently, I had to complete 3 coursework or 3 group assignment, all right, 3 individual presentation as well as group presentation, all right, and then I need to complete this research project at the same semester, all right, and throughout the semester, I need to do a data collection throughout Malaysia due to my research project. So it is quite stress and I need time to arrange well on my tasks. So the main lesson throughout the process, all right, it trained me to accept, overcome, and learn from failure and to look for the solution, of course. In the end, I can become a much stronger person and more equipped for a better problem handling in the real world or for my future undertaking. I really must be grateful to Utah for building my strength and open up my hidden jewel. Of course, throughout the semester, all right, at the end, even though it's tough, all right, it's difficult for me, but at the end, I did graduate. All right, let me share you some of my graduation photo. All right. This is my year 2015, all right, March convocation. This is my family, photo with my family. And due to I'm the pioneer batch and only one of the graduate during March 2015 convocation, therefore, I have an opportunity to have a chit chat and take a group photo with Dr. Ling Liang Sik. So that's the experience that I go throughout the courses.
Wow. So you are the very first one in the MBA corporate management, right? Is it?
Yeah, I'm the pioneer batch, the only one.
When is the year you enroll into the MBA?
Year is 2014. 2014.
2014.
January. Yeah.
Means that the program is offered in 2014 and you are finishing 2014?
In 2014 December, because I'm full-time, so it only takes me 1 year to complete the whole course.
So the convocation is on 2015.
Yeah, March.
So are there any classmates to study with you together, since you are the only one?
Yeah, of course, I have my classmates together with me, but most of them are part-timer. Therefore, they need more semester and more years to complete their courses. Because
Mm.
during that time, only I'm the only one with a full-timer. So it only takes me one time. Therefore, during the graduation time, only I'm the only one. And it is a final batch.
Wow. And just now talking about the thousands of the words for your final project,
Yeah,
are you alone or by groups?
it's individual. So by alone.
Wow. How
Yeah.
difficult to finish it?
Sorry?
Yeah. It's very difficult to finish it, right? Is it for
Uh,
30,000 by
yeah,
alone? Yeah.
it's actually quite tough. As I did mention, you need to learn how to accept, overcome from the failures, and then look for solution. Then you trust that you can finish it, of course.
So you also
Then,
do the data collecting by your own.
yeah, of course, because everything I have to done complete by myself. Because
So,
if you would like to find someone to help you to collect the data, then it takes times, then you have to pay for it. So it is very difficult for me to adjust on my schedule. So it's rather for me to collect all the data during the weekend.
surrounded the Malaysia, your data collected
Yeah,
from.
across Malaysia, across Malaysia. So each of the state will be collected for few set of respondents.
That is around your last semester to do it, or
Not last
semester
semester.
before?
Not last semester. Is a second semester. During the second semester break, I start my data collection. So because when I go through the course structure, I already know what are the courses I have to take in next semester or coming semester. So before that, I do a well preparation to do an arrangement, schedule, all right, to collect my data earlier. If not, during semester start, it's quite difficult for me to go across Malaysia to collect the data.
Means
So
that you actually still got semester 2 and semester 3 to finish the research project.
yeah. You have time, so 2 semesters to complete it.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Okay.
try to complete it during the semester break.
Okay. So since now you already graduate in the 215, right? Is it?
Mm.
And what is the reason that you are decided to become a lecturer instead of working at the other corporations?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, after
actually
right? Quite tough study, right? Is it the MBA?
yeah, actually, it's quite a good question because surround me, all right, there are quite few lecturers or even my relatives is asking me, all right, why you after complete MBA, you still go for lecturing? Why not you go for corporate? You can get better position or more experience, all right? So, but then my feedback to them or my reply to them is my interest is on teaching. All right, I really enjoy on teaching. Since at a young age, all right, my ambition is to be a teacher. Well, thing unexpected happen is instant to be a teacher. Now I'm be a university lecturer. So the reason being, I have the privilege to shape and to support the future intellectual youth of our country and build them to be a better future. So that is the main reason for me to become an university lecturer. So as Confucius quoted, education breeds confidence. Confidence breeds hope. Hope breeds peace. So it means that knowledge empowers leader, drive breakthroughs, and inspire the discoveries. With every milestone reached, sights are set beyond the horizon, bringing hope as well as the peace for the journey ahead. So I believe that education is much more than just imparting the information from textbook. It's also about helping the student become an all-rounder by developing a broader and deeper understanding of what it takes to create and implement a successful corporate strategy focusing on. As next, William Author quoted as well, teaching is more than imparting knowledge. It is inspiring the change. Learning is more than absorbing the fact. It is acquiring the understanding. So, for example, 1 plus 1 may equal to 2, but the result of the equation do not end here. Like a mathematical formula, knowledge is useful, but if the knowledge is not applied and does not inspire the change, then it will be forgotten. So the true understanding is the catalyst for action. So that's the reason I'm becoming a lecturer.
Okay, so since you are decided to become a lecturer, so does the MBA corporate management help you to build up your career in the academic?
Yeah, of course. As a lecturer, I can educate and discuss a subject that I really enjoy. All right, which now I'm attached to Faculty of Business and Finance under Department of Commerce and Accountancy. All right. So, but for my profile, I trusted in 2 things: the experience I had and I learned during my MBA, which I knew could contribute to the class, and the drive passion that categorized my dream. I was confident this aspect would draw attention and make my profile stand out. Nevertheless, when I look at the young people, love of their subject increase, all right, the academic performance improve, and then I'm able to guide them in their choice of future career. Actually, it's very happy and enjoy. All right. Besides, Utah MBA program benefit for my access to the extensive alumni network, and the connection will give me a great overview of the business world, which when I join with my classmates, we're able to discuss more on what are their industrial, what they face day to day, all right? What are the problems that I'm able to resolve? So we'll talk a lot, chit chat a lot on those industrial backgrounds. So from there, I can get a lot of knowledge, all right? What is happening outside the world in the industrial? So it always make me be ready for a deep understanding of the slightest change in the business environment and to discover a new way to adapt quickly. You can reflect some big business issue and make connection between various global events as well as the world affair.
Okay, so since the career we're talking about, right? And just now, if I'm not mistaken, you are talking about the PhD study you are now pursuing, right? Is it?
Yeah, I'm
So
pursuing.
how is the MBA going to be up your MBA actually is the foundation for the PhD? The MBA is helping you to extend to your PhD?
Okay. Actually, it's helpful for me because if you still remember the great experience I gone through the courses is the 30,000 research project. So from my master, I did gone through the process. I learned how to accept and overcome and look for the solution. So when come to my doctorate degree now at Utah as well, so I able to adapt the life and I know the tactic in order to complete a research thesis. Compared to during my MBA time, I have no concept or totally blank how to start off. Luckily, my supervisor, which is my lecturer, assist me and teach me slowly, patiently, all right, how to start off my thesis writing. So he will tell me, okay, chapter 1, what I need to be included by referring to some of the journals, some of the research project, okay, to get some hints or get some idea how to start off. So from what my MBA have learned, it contribute to my PhD now. So it's actually is quite useful for me and quite knowledge so that I no need to restart all over again.
Okay, the thesis. Okay,
Yeah.
something like a nightmare to all the research mode students, right? Is it?
Yeah.
No,
If you
but
enjoy, then okay lah. If you are not enjoying on writing, then yes, it's a nightmare.
since you go through the final year project in the MBA and now you are going to the PhD thesis.
Mm.
So how about the final project and the thesis to compare with? Is there any differences? Or actually the concept to do it is actually are the same?
For me, concept actually is the same, and then the flow, the process, all is the same. Just for PhD, I need to enhance more contribution, all right, to the society or to the country. So that's the difference for me only, because what I have gone through in my MBA corporate management, the research project is almost similar with what I gone through now, the PhD process. Actually, for me, no difference, because during that time, my MBA lecturer or supervisor guide me in a proper way already, how to do a thesis, a good thesis, a research project. And then during my MBA time, my research project did publish into a journal.
Wow.
So during that time, I feel that I'm quite proud, all right, as my paper able to publish into a journal, and then it's under Scopus. It's quite high ranking. So actually it's quite good for me to build out my background as well. And then now every time, every day, I receive an email that how many people is viewing my paper. So it's actually is quite successful, I can say. But of course, I will try to improve more in my PhD process lah.
Means that you are already well trained during the MBA study, right? Is it?
Sorry?
Means that you already are well training during the MBA.
Yeah, it's very thanks to my supervisor. During that time, I'm well trained. So it's prepared me to overcome my PhD now.
Okay, so just I mentioned you're a full-time student, right? Is it?
Yeah.
And since we're talking about you are taking the full times, and you mentioned just now you have plenty of classmates taking a part time, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So for the full time part times, what you can compare with the are there any like the differences?
For full time, the schedule is quite packed, of course, because you have to complete all the courses within a year. But for part-timer, that can drag, all right, 2 years or up to 3 years, as depends on the individual whether they can handle how many subjects in a semester. But most of my friends during that time, they will try to drag, all right, separate their subject or courses into different semester, because from them, the feedback is they are sometimes quite stressful, because they have to handle on the industrial work, industrial tasks, as well as on the assignment on the MBA. But some of my classmates is doing well, even though they are continue with the schedule arranged by the IPSR. So some of them is good, but some of my friends maybe due to their heavy workload in the company. So that's why they try to drag on their courses into few semester.
Means that for the part times MBA, they are mostly already have a job, right? Is it in
Yeah,
conjunction to pursue a study?
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so your classmate that from the other industry, right? Is it actually where are they from, or they are actually doing their career at which kind of the industry?
All right. Some of them are joining multinational company, such as one of my classmates attached with Samsung Malaysia Electronic SME Sendirian Berhad in Ipoh. And then some of them is under UNISEM in Ipoh as well. And then I still remember one of my friends is from Setiawan. Every day during the class time, he traveled down to Kampa campus, and he is a car dealer, which he have a family-owned business. And some of my friends, there are two of my friends is from Utah as well, but is under management level, of course. So
Wow.
they are from different industrial background.
Wow. So means that they're actually from a different company industry, right? Is it? And they are already have a job, only they apply to the MBA.
Yeah.
Does it
I,
mean like this?
I still remember, not only few of my friends from management. I did have 2 to 3 friends is from science as well. For example, engineering. All right. Some of them even have no knowledge on study. For example, just now my friends, one of my friends, car dealer, he have no degree. He's still able to complete his MBA. So I believe it's not an issue.
Okay. So as what we're receiving the questions here, right? Is it maybe like the students, their background is from engineering, the IT, that eventually they are not from the business or the finance background. In this case, right, is it they are considering to pursue to the MBA. Some because of them would like to have a better promotions or a better career, or they are already sit to the management. So for your opinions, will this very difficult for them to switch the study from the engineering or the IT to now studying to the MBA? Because they are quite different study field, right?
Okay. All right. If you ask me whether it's a difficult, all right, to complete MBA if you're engineering courses on without the knowledge of management, I can say still fine because I get a feedback from one of my friends who is engineering. All right. He told me that actually management subject is more easier because management subject is more on understanding. All right. Then as long you understand the concept, you can look for the solution and apply on it. So it's actually more easier compared to engineering tasks or engineering issue happen in their industry. So I think it is quite okay lah. From what he told me. So it's not difficult at all on these courses.
Okay, actually, what you are studying in the MBA, example, like you are studying like for the risk management or like handling the manpower or any other. What is content for study?
We did go through on the human resource, logistic, um, management, communication skill, and then marketing. So it's quite a wide courses. We touch on different courses. For example, we did go through accounting as well, but of course, not more in that. It's on the fundamental. At least we need to know, okay, how to manage on accounting, or how to compute a very simple income statement, all right, the statement of financial position, or we known as balance sheet. That's the very simple way. At least, even though we are not accountant, we look at the annual report of the company, we're able to understand what is this income statement, what is this balance sheet trying to figure out. So throughout this course, we did go through on all those information. So as our lecturer did ask us to go to download the different company annual report, and we go for analyzation. And then later on, we have to present in the class. How's the annual report? How's the performance of the company? Whether good or not good, profitable or not profitable, by using some of the ratio to calculate. Then we interpret the ratio. Other than that, we still go through on some marketing skill. All right. So I believe it is suitable for those salesperson or management level. They need to advertise their product or market their item in the online, all right, or physical store. So they need to know what are the skills in order to approach the customer, especially during this pandemic time. So during this pandemic, you have to change. All right. So instead of selling a product in a physical store, you can try to look some approach to sell or attract customer through online sales by using, for example, Facebook Live or Lazada or Shopee and so on. All right. So we have to make a change in different pandemic or different situation. So all those we able to learn from MBA corporate management.
Okay, so can I assuming that the MBA corporate management is preparing the students for management positions,
Yeah,
even
of
for
course.
senior management? Mm.
I can say that, okay, all right. What I get the feedback or response from my friends, all right, because we have still communicate, all right, gather with my friends once in a while. So what they told me is actually their MBA help them to get a good position, of course, as well as the salary level. All right. So it opens up the opportunity for greater responsibility, career advancement, as well as the financial reward. So MBA classes help them to develop the necessary skill, as I mentioned earlier on. For example, increase their self-confidence during the presentation time, especially for those salesperson or marketing personnel. They need to present in front of customer. So it helps to increase their self-performance or self-confidence. And then the transferable skill, the strategic thinking, how to resolve the issue when something pop up and you need to solve immediately. All right, you have no time to drag. Okay, and then better communication with the client or even with the manager or colleagues, as well as time management. You need to manage the time in a well manner. So all those is what I have learned throughout the courses.
Okay, so for the MBA actually it's a course remote, right? Means that the students need to return to campus sooner or later. So by your opinions, to return the class to return to the campus, will this bring any inconvenience or is there any benefit for students to return to campus?
You've asked me whether bring any inconvenience. I can say actually no. All right, because I already adapted to Utah Kampa campus since my foundation until master degree also in Utah. So my foundation, my bachelor degree, master degree, until now my doctorate degree also in Utah. So
Wow.
I think I have adapted to the life in Kampa campus. And then it looked like I'm a loyal fan in Utah. Right? So if you ask me any inconvenience for me to return to campus, I will say definitely say no. I really enjoyed the campus life in Kampa. As I wake up early in the morning, all right, then get myself ready and walk to campus during my bachelor degree time, all right, and it took about 20 minutes walk because that time I stay at Wesley. So while enjoying the campus scenery, so some of my friends, of course, will together with me, and then sometimes we cycle, sometimes we walk to the campus. So I think it does not bring any inconvenience. So as to sharing to those who going to join MBA program in Utah, your first year of Utah life present a lot of new experience. Trust me. All right. For example, living away from home. All right. Meeting a new friends. All right. New people. You need to know how to manage your time. All right, prepare for life on campus by figuring out what to bring, how to handle the challenges, circumstances, and then what you can do in order to manage your workload. So all this is a campus life you need to go on through. So it's quite enjoyed for me.
Okay, so lastly, before we proceed to the Q&A, do you have any suggestions for us?
For me, there is I can say there are no secret to success, right? It is a result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failures, which quoted from Colin Powell. All right. So success is highly depend on the own hard work, accomplishment, learning from failures, and the persistence. The most important, all right, persistence. Throughout my 1 year MBA corporate management in Utah Kampa campus, I improved my confidence level, all right, leadership skill, communication skill, as well as the problem solving skill, which helped to build up my career. As in my university life, all right, become a lecturer, I need to face different kind of student every day, all right. So of course, I need a good leadership skill. If not, I cannot lead my student, I cannot guide my student, all right. And then secondly, problem solving skill, of course, the most important, because every day your student will come over, miss, how to complete this one, how to complete that one. So your problem solving skill must be good enough. And then your response must be good enough to respond them. All right. So make sure able to assist my student and guide them in a proper way. So that's the most important. As well, other than that, the industry evolved over the time. So the skill that I learned in my MBA program prepare me in a rapid adaptation and to find a new direction. So if one day I left my academic industry, I believe with my MBA corporate management that I earned, I will able to make a change and find a new business opportunity in order to survive in this harsh business environment. So last but not least, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Utah again for offering me such a good study environment and facility. Additionally, special thanks to all my beloved lecturers who have taught me, supervised, and guided me during my university life. All right. Of course, lastly, of course, is my family. All right. I would like to thank them for the encouragement, support, and helping hand throughout the journey. So that's the conclusion that I would like to sharing in this webinar.
Okay, thank you for the sharing. And now we are proceed to the Q&A sections. Allow me to switch the slide. Hold on a second here. Okay, so we are now come to the Q&A sessions. So shall we have any inquiry to meet, or you would like to ask anything? You can just put the questions to a Q&A box into the Zoom. And because of the limitation of the time, right, we may not able to answer all the questions. So we select some of the questions to answer. If some that we are not able to answer on air, then we will collect and we will send through the email. So now we come to the Q&A box, and now let me ask you, Ms. Chan. So since you are going through the foundations, the bachelor degree, the master, and now even the PhD in Utah.
Yeah.
Wow, you are almost complete the whole cycle of the higher education study, right? Is it?
Almost.
And yeah, almost right. Yeah, it's complete a cycle. So what you experienced the so many different level of the study, and will the MBA corporate management found any difficulty for you, or is that very difficult? level study?
Actually, it is not about difficult or easy. It is about the patience of doing things, completing the higher education, especially on postgrad, is my dream. All right, so the patience is very important. So once you start, you need to complete it. So get to know people, all right, improve my confidence level, leadership is what I have gone through in my MBA courses, which assist me for my career. So I don't think any difficulties, all right, as long your persistence is over there, your patience is over there, then not an issue.
How about the age? Will the age will be a obstacle? Like now, like almost like for people almost come to the 40.
Okay,
Okay,
of
so
course,
will that affect anything to them?
age sometimes is an issue, especially those having family. For example, me, I'm having family now. So when I need to proceed my doctorate degree, sometimes it's quite difficult for me because I need to look after my family. So important is what I mentioned just now, time management. So morning and afternoon section, I'm going for the lecturing. All right, I continue my career in Utah. So my children will send to someone to look after. So during my working time, I'm going for lecture, all right, lecture class, tutorial class. Then when there's a free time, okay, I sleep in and immediately start on my work on my doctorate degree. So your time management is very important. You need to manage your time well. All right. So if not, you drag until don't know when also cannot finish. And then after my work, then of course back home, I take some time to look after my family. Then at the night time, I continue back my doctorate degree work. So that's the way I manage my time. So I believe even though age is an obstacle because due to the response, all right, absorption will be a bit low, but I believe it can be solved.
So can you still recall in during your class trial, is it how is the average of the your classmate? Yeah, is maybe like almost a working adult
I can say all is working adult.
or working adult.
All is working adult.
So you are only the pure students in the class.
Actually, I'm also working adult, but
In that time, back to the
but
MBA.
but I'm a full time because I need to complete in a fast pace, which is 1 year. So
Mm.
I rather suffer a bit, all right, and complete it in 1 year. So during that time, I still remember I have other job as well. I work in one of the company, and then I did giving tuition to student. So I have two job on hand that time, and then night time, evening, I go for my MBA classes courses. So as I mentioned just now, time management. Oh. So if you ask me, your time occupied, morning you need to work in company, then you still need to give tuition, then how are you going to manage your assignment, your presentation? Can
Good
you
questions.
can you absorb?
Yeah.
After your work, you still have to continue your MBA. You're really very tired. That's the reason I mentioned at first I need to become a lifelong learner. So afterward, even though tired, I will take half an hour rest for myself to clear off my mind. Then I continue back with my MBA courses at the evening because my classes is start at 6 until 9. Sometimes it's 6:30 until 9:30. So I have some gap for me to take a rest. So after that, all my assignment, all my presentation, how I'm going to handle as I'm a full timer. I will complete it during my weekend because weekend I have 24 hours. So I spend around 8 to 9 hours to complete it. So that's my schedule during my MBF journey.
What a superwoman. Can you imagine of the life
No,
like
lah, because I need to complete in a fast pace so that I won't left behind. Because as I mentioned just now, patience is very important. Once I have start my task, I need to complete fast.
So how about your classmate? They are taking the part-time, right? Is it how many subjects they're taking per semester?
For my friends, they are part-timer. Part-timer, some of them, if able to cope, they will take 3 subjects in a semester. Some cannot cope, they will take 2. Max is 3 lah. Max is 3.
Maximum is three subjects lah.
Yeah.
And the minimum is 1.
Yeah, minimum 1.
Okay. There will be more leisure, right? Is it if only one subject?
Yeah. More
But duration
leisure.
will drag the longer.
Yeah.
So since you're still tight with your classmate, right? Is it?
Yeah.
And they are working now, still working in different company, right? Is it? So this were they sharing any like the current update trends to the industry to you? Do you have any interactions between that?
Okay.
Like the business industry.
All right. As I highlighted earlier, the MBA corporate management is designed in holistic view of a business and deepen the understanding of social, cultural, and ethical issue. Therefore, the class required us to interact on teamwork basis, especially to complete the task given by the lecturer. So for my friends, all right, who have completed the MBA, so after that, back to the company or the industry, they can use the skill, all right, the communication skill and then a teamwork skill and apply into their tasks. So, but what not to worry, all right, for those who are going to join Utah MBA program, it doesn't really require you to have industrial background. But it would be an added point if you have, because when the lecturer here is ready to share the experience and then bring to the journey of the business work, then your experience, all right, in your company is good. All right, you can share with our lecturer as well. So later on, when come to class discussion time, we can do comparison and discuss how to resolve it, all right, during the different situation or different circumstances. So my experience with the working adult, I would say working adult is really open up the rigorous, interactive, and learning opportunity for them.
Okay, so by what you observe, right? What is the reason of your classmate to pursue to the MBA?
Of course, is for their career, okay? So to get a good position as well as the salary level. So after they complete these MBA courses, they can enhance their knowledge, all right? Enhance their skill in different perspective.
So, okay, lastly, by your opinions, the mostly of our students are graduate from the bachelor degree. Okay, now the trend the youngest, and are there sufficient to stop to the bachelor degree level, or will you encourage them to pursue to the master level or the MBA? Will it be workable at this like current the market for the master?
I would say with MBA, it is an added point, all right? Because you can get a lot of experience from our lecturer, the sharing, all right, the knowledge that you sometimes cannot get from the textbook. And then the experience as well. So from the class discussion or lecture class, the lecturer will, based on the recent issue in the newspaper and go for discussion. Then everyone can have their opinion or suggestion. Then later on, our lecturer will try to amend, all right, in the perspective not to criticize, is to change the perspective how you're going to view this issue. So after the discussion, all right, you can see, all right, actually the same issue. There is different perspective to resolve it. Not only method A. We have method A, we have method B, we have method C. So if method A is not workable, we can proceed to next method. And we won't just stick to one method. All right. So MBA courses is an additional point to those working adults, so that you can have more knowledge, all right, or more skill. For example, if you're accountant, after you've gone through the MBA, for example, my bachelor is a Bachelor of Commerce and Accounting, all right, Commerce Accounting. So my specialize is on audit work as well as account tasks. So after I take this MBA, what enhanced me is my management. All right, my management. Of course, my accounting is very easy for me because I'm graduate in Bachelor of Accounting. But what I lack of is management skill, my HR skill, communication skill. Those I cannot learn in my degree. So after I've gone through my MBA, it enhanced my skill. All right. It helped me in my career, which is now be a lecturer, as I mentioned just now. The most important, communication skill, presentation skill, management skill, how to resolve the issue when the issue comes from the student. So all those is what I cannot learn in my industrial.
Okay, thank you for the sharing today. And now we are almost come to the end. And before that, we are now done for the Q&A sessions. Allow me to proceed to the next. So before we finish for the webinar, let me have a brief introductions about the other information to you. So now what you can see is the IPSR is stand for the Institute of Postgraduate Study and Research. That is our institute under the UTAR that are managing for the applications, the enrollment of the postgraduate study. So if you are interested to pursue the MBA corporate management or the other MBA or even the PhD, so this is the institute that actually handling for your applications. So if any inquiry, you can just check with the IPSR, or even you can check with us, the Division of Program Promotions. Now we come to the next. Okay, so just now we talked about plenty of a master study, right? Is it the MBA? So just now for some extra information to you, the master study. In fact, for the master study, we have 3 different modes: the coursework, the mixed mode, and the research. For the MBA corporate management is under the coursework mode, means that you need to sit for the classes as mentioned like by the Miss Chandra, is it? You need to return to campus and you have plenty of the precious experience with your classmates. You have sharing a different perspective. And for the master, so other than the MBA of corporate management, you also have different MBA programs that are located at the swing along. And under the coursework programs, example like the strategic communications, the information system, the mathematics, even the engineering. Yeah. So if you are interested to the different background of the master, you can try to consider for different master study. And for the MBA, it is open for all the different background. So no matter you are from the engineering background, IT background, as mentioned just now, actually we will not take any obstacle for you to pursue to the MBA. In fact, you enhance your management skill. As like you never study of the business management during the engineering study. Okay, the interactions studies. Okay, so you can get all the study during the MBA level. So other than the coursework, we also have a mixed mode. Those are the mixed mode programs the IO psychology, the master, the communications, and the Chinese study. And for the research, if you found that maybe like you are more presentable to the research and the more suitable to you, you can consider for the research mode. We have plenty of a research mode under the master level and the PhD level. For your additional information, if you are the first class holder from or your CGPA is 3.67 or above, you can actually skip over the master directly from the bachelor degree to the PhD. Okay, those are the PhD, the master by the research. There are plenty for your options. Okay, the English. Yeah, in Utah, all of our bachelor and the master are actually teaching by the English mode. Okay, the medium is using in English. So you are required to have English qualifications, example like the MOITs, or at least the SPM in credit or both. Okay, so if happens you are international students, you are foreigners, that you are interested to pursue the MBA in Utah, you need to sit for the IELTS or the TOEFL in order to pursue to the Utah in Malaysia. Okay, entry requirements. So basic information for you, the entry requirement, if you have a CGPA over 2.6, 2.75, there's a clear cut, you can directly apply to the master studies. If you are the CGPA in between 2.5 to 2.74, then you're still able to apply, but it requires you to go through the assessment or an interview. If your CGPA is in between 2.0 to 2.49, in extra, you need additional 5 years working experience to pursue to the master level. Okay, appel. What happens if you do not have a bachelor degree? It is still possible for you to apply for a MBA corporate management? Yes, as long as you are have the years of working experience and you are a diploma holder, example, no matter you are from the engineering background or you are from whatever the diploma background, and now you are over 30 years old, you can apply the master level through the appel without sitting for a bachelor degree. In other words, that you don't necessarily have a bachelor degree, you have a diploma, you have working experience, you can apply directly to the master with appel. So how we can take in for appel? You can. There are plenty of the appel test center around surrounded the Malaysia. Okay, if you are registered in any the test center, you get the certificate of the appel, then you can attach with the applications to the MBA. This is a list that allowed to apply through the appel, the Utah programs. So it included all the MBA programs we're offering, and the others like project management, information system, communications, even like mathematics and engineering, you can try to apply through the appel. And this rank, the rank that Utah to achieve under the Times Higher Education is just for extra information for you, that we are actually successfully to be ranked at 119 into the Asia University, and is quite is a good effort from our academic, the staff, and even our students, so that we able to achieve to the higher achievements. Okay, so before we come to the end, we actually have almost all the every week we have different topic of the webinar. This one is the next coming one. The next week we have the Eat Wisely, okay, presented by the Faculty of Science, the lecturer from Faculty of Science, Mr. Sims, on next Friday, the 5th of February, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. So you can register online. You can scan the QR code to register and sit tight punctually to the webinar on next Friday. lastly, if you have any inquiry, you need to chat with us, not only for the MBA, for other master programs, or even like you have any like bachelor program, PhD programs, the inquiry, you can just chat with us through the different methods. We have the Facebook channel, UTAR for you. You can just inbox us through the Facebook, or we have a WhatsApp hotline. So you can drop down the numbers and text us, or you are more convenient to use a WeChat, or you would like to have a live chit-chatting with us, you can just go to our website, the study.utar.edu.my. We have a live chat service 7 days a week, Monday to Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, we have the consultants to stand by, to ready to serve you. You can just log in and have a live chit chat with us. And it is closed on public holiday. Okay. And now we come to the end of the webinar. Again, we are thank you for Miss Chance to have a great sharing with us. And Miss Chance, is there anything to
No, I
say?
have nothing to add on. And thank you for Division of Promotion Program to invite me for this webinar sharing. Thank you, everyone. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, and see you again on next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.